Rick, Matic back in the team, your boy.
Absolute class.
Mata back in. Talk about them. Talk about the players that came in, actually. Yes, we've won the game, but I know you do talk a lot about the players who don't play, and they got the chance today. What did you make of them?
I thought Matic, in the second half, particularly, was superb. His passing is absolutely brilliant. His long-range passing across the field is an absolute joy to behold. I was sat in North Tier 2 today. Time after time he's getting the ball in the inside right channel and spraying it right across the field. I'm not a fan of long-range passing. Long-range passing from some players, it takes too long to get to the target, and the opponents can move across the field. Matic gets it across the field in a flash. He's hitting it with such power, and it's reaching its target before the opposition get a chance to move.
Was it because once the game opened up and AZ started sitting back? Because I didn't see that from him in the first half. Do you think the reason why you saw that from Matic was because the tempo of the game had gone and he had more time on the ball? I mean, what do you think of his first half performance? And not just him, because I know he wasn't great as a team.
The first half performance from the team was poor, and I'd say this time and time again, it is a team game. You can't play football on your own. When I saw the lineup, and I realised that sort of the front four, if you call it the front four, I know one of them's dropping into midfield, or two of them, Pereira, Mata, Marshall and Greenwood. The last player in the world out of the four of them I expected to play on the left wing was Pereira. When they lined up,
it didn't make sense.
When Pereira was on the left wing, I couldn't believe my eyes. Surely you'd have had Pereira on the right wing and maybe Marshall on the left, Greenwood at 9 and Mata at 10. That's what I think I would have done. I'm sure that would have been better.
And it didn't work first half. AZ,
It may not have worked second half. I don't think the first goal came because of anything. I'd like to mention the first goal, by the way. Beautiful pass by Matic. Then Mata gets it in the box, lays it across, and then Young sticks it in the net. All the players that nobody seems to like. Do you know what I mean? But,
it's typical, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, so,
was he one of your accumulator first goal scorer, Ashley Young?
No, he wasn't at all, no. I'd like to mention obviously Greenwood's 2 goals were brilliant.
They were.
Two
He's a natural finisher.
An absolute natural finisher. I'd love to see him get a chance at number 9 with Marshall at 10. I really would.
You think Tony could play there as a 10?
Brilliant. He'd be brilliant there.
What about the balance in terms of when we don't have the ball, though?
When he comes short for the ball, Marshall, he turns and he gets wingers in behind. And what we're lacking is somebody in the box. Marshall can't come short, lay it off, and then be in the box in time. We need a number 9 who wants to sniff the goals out. And I think Greenwood could do that job. Obviously, James and Rashford on the flanks, Marshall at 10. And I think it'd work brilliantly. Don't worry about all that getting behind the ball. When I say don't worry about it, obviously he's got to get behind the ball. But people seem to think that your number 10's got to be making tackles. All you are really is a body. You're like a cone on the football pitch. You've got to drop back into position and keep the shape of the team and make them go that way or that way. And Marshall would do that perfectly adequately. Don't worry about that.
Well, it's all about confidence. We're in a confidence and a results business, and the confidence right now for us last 3 games has been superb. I mean, from that Villa game, the feeling after that Villa game was so low. We feared Spurs. We dealt with them. We kind of feared City, even though we just off the back of Spurs beat them. Knew we'd probably get the job done today, but at half-time it wasn't looking great, but 4-0, so the confidence is booming. Everton, and that's the big game. How do we approach that game? I know the players will come back in. They didn't start today, but the onus is going to be on us to break them down, and they'll be up for it.
Yeah, well, Everton have had a great win against Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, they've got Big Donkey in charge. They've gone into a proper 4-4-2 formation. I think they'll stick with it as well. That Calvert-Lewin's an handful. He's got Richarlison playing off him. It's going to be a tough game, a right tough game. There seems to have been people have gone back in time this last week. Everton have gone to 4-4-2, and I noticed Arsenal went to 4-4-2 and had a good win at West Ham. They had 2 wingers on. They had Torreira, is he called Torreira? And the kid who plays for Switzerland, who they were moaning about, Xhaka. Them 2 lads in midfield, they're both proper midfield players. When they had that Guendouzi playing, he's too flaky, he's all over the field. So they've got 2 solid midfield players, 2 wide men and 2 strikers. Everton did it, and Arsenal did it. They both had good wins.
Are we going to have to change something, or do we go? Do you know what? No, we're playing well. We've got Rashford on the left doing bits. We've got James on the counter attack. We've got Martial doing bits. Fred and McTominay. Do we just keep going as we are, or do we need to maybe tweak something for that game?
I would keep going as we are, but maybe change the personnel. I mean, Lingard, he worked his socks off at City and he had a good game, fair enough. But he's not got the goals in him that somebody like Greenwood's got. I've just mentioned I won't mind seeing Marshall drop a little bit deeper. Greenwood playing at 9. And I think we're capable of scoring a few goals rather than 1 or sometimes 2 that we normally get.
Who would you start at left back? Do you think Luke Shaw comes back in?
If he's fit, I know he had to come off. It might have just been cramp or whatever. But I mean, Williams has done well again. We must be the only. I mean, I've seen plenty of teams have 2 players for 1 spot. Well, we've got 3 players for 1 spot, and I'm afraid the 2 experienced lads are still the best 2 players. I'm absolutely certain of it. But Williams is doing all right, not a problem. So it was Young against Spurs. I mentioned it. He had Lucas Moura in his pocket. Yeah. Then it was Shaw, and he had Bernardo Silva in his pocket. Yeah. I think he might revert back to Young. I think for Sunday's game.
Okay, to finish off, who's your man of the match tonight? Was it Matic?
Well, I think everyone's going to give it Greenwood, but it's Matic without a doubt.
Does Greenwood deserve it over Matic? You don't think?
I don't think so, no. Okay. Greenwood's second goal. Yeah. Greenwood's second goal. Watch it again on screen. It's the instant passes from Matic to Mata and Mata to Greenwood. We haven't got it. It's not that. Even if McTominay's fantastic, engine, strong, big lad.
But isn't that where we would struggle if we did play Matic in these games?
McTominay's got to play. All I was going to say was, if McTominay could pass it like Matic passes it, you'd have the best midfield player in the world.
Okay.
I'll leave you with that.
Nice one. Big opinions there, Rick. Big opinions. Come on, bro. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.